it's Angela Zajac-Brook here from Angela Brook Art, and it's great to be back. We have, if the room sounds a little hollow, we have moved. I have a new studio freshly painted, so it's really excited. So I'm doing this quick video today because I use my Rapidograph Koh I Nor pens a lot. I use them in my journals, I use them on my paintings, and if you know how to use them, they can last you a long time. I've had one of these I've had it for like 20 years. They last that long. So I'm going to show you how you can mix and match. The reason I like these pens is you can mix and match the pieces. It tells you the size, you know, by the color. And if you're going to paint over, if you're going to be drawing over a painted page, the size that I use the most is the number 4, and that's the orange top. And you can see that's a larger tip. You have to be careful if on a real tiny point on going on rough paper, cold pressed watercolor paper. If the point is too small, you really got to take your time. Also trying to go over paint, so you really have to match the point size with what you're going to do. So when you get the pen, I'm going to show you how you can take it, how to fill it up, and how far to go. These are all irreversible. So the colors, so when you take that apart, you're going to have, this is where your ink goes. So it's very easy. You just take this little plastic, you can unscrew this, take this plastic ink off, and then when you're filling it, you just take your drawing ink. You can use Rapidograph brand, Techna Art brand, whichever brand that you see. And the reason I like this ink is because it's actually permanent ink. So it comes in a bottle like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take and just fill it up. You're going to see a line on there, and you don't want to overfill it. You don't want to go past that line. If you do, your pen will leak. So you have the ink up to the line, then you just put the bottom of it down in there. Put this back on, and then put it in your pen. Everything screws in there. And then what I do is I just tap it a few times, shake it a little bit, and then it will start to write. The thing is, when you're taking these apart, the other thing I want to show you is I've ruined a lot of these pens. So there's this little tool that comes with it, and you may wonder what this is. This is a little screwdriver for the Rapidograph pen, so you definitely want to keep this. And where this fits is when you take this pen out, this doesn't have the ink, the plastic ink thing on it. I'm going to put that right on top of there, and I'm going to unscrew it. Yep, the other way. Once you get it, it'll be right. And then it's pulling this up, it unloosened it. I now can take this apart. And after you've used this pen, there's going to be ink and stuff in there. Here's where you want to stop. So inside of this pen is a little plastic end, and there is a metal piece with that looks like a pin. If you pull that out, I can almost guarantee you're going to ruin that pen. That is the #1 way to ruin your pen, and it voids your warranty. So you just leave that alone, and you'll see some ink in there, but there is a cleaner. You can use the pen cleaner. They also make I've had this a long time. You just put the end in there, and you can squeeze it out. The other thing is, if you have a really dried up pen, all you do is soak it in Windex. That's why I like these pens. Let's say you haven't used them. I try to use mine regularly to keep the ink flowing, but if you haven't, then you can soak the parts in Windex once I rinse all the loose ink out. So don't go any further than that. Don't pull that out. And then when you put it back together, all you do is put the end back in there. There's the plastic end, there's the top. Put that end back in there, screw it back together, and it'll go nicely right back in place. And sometimes when you've used it, and there you go, there you have your tip. So make sure you save this part. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them on the comments. And I hope this was helpful, and these pens are awesome. I use them on my journal pages, I use them on cards, I use them on my actual canvases. They're that awesome. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for stopping by.